Hi guys! So, if you see me, it means that it's time for the news about war in Ukraine on Yakovlev Twins channel. In previous news releases, we talked about the situation when the Wagner mercenaries, who almost carried out a coup in Russia, were transferred to Belarus. In Belarus, they began to build their own camps and they got closer to the Lithuanian gap. In the recent weeks, Belarus has started military exercises near the border with Lithuania and Poland. The maneuvers are conducted on training grounds near the border with Poland and Lithuania and Suwalski Gap, a nominal isthmus of the territory of those NATO member states between Belarus and the Russian Kaliningrad region. The participation or non-participation of Wagner mercenaries in the maneuvers isn't mentioned. However, in recent months, there have been reports that the Wagners will be instructors for Belarusian soldiers. Currently, 2,000 Polish soldiers will go to the border with Belarus. They will be sent to strengthen the border guard in the Podlasky and Lubelsky voivodeship in the near future. And about situation at the front. The Economist source claims that the situation at the front during the last 2 weeks has been gradually changing in favor of Ukraine. However, the counteroffensive isn't going as fast as we would like, as the Ukrainian military sometimes encounters 5 enemy mines per 1 square meter of territory. Ukraine currently transferred resources to the Liman-Kupiansk direction in order to hold back the Russian offensive. The Wall Street Journal confirms the good news. The source notes that cluster munitions gave impulse to the Ukrainian counteroffensive. For example, last week, a platoon of Ukrainian infantry advanced toward to the position of the Russian invaders and was forced to retreat after coming under machine gun fire. Then Ukrainian troops hit the enemy with cluster munitions, clearing the territory of thickets and exposing the position of the enemy. And during the next attack, the same Ukrainian platoon saw the enemy, who couldn't hide in the bush, and that's why they retreated. And then the Ukrainian platoon captured the position of the invaders. And regarding the strikes on the bridges in Crimea, ICW source substitutes that the Ukrainian armed forces are methodically cutting off the Russian group at the south of Ukraine. As a result of such successful actions of Ukrainian armed forces, we should expect significant disruption in the logistics of the occupiers and the likelihood of delays and traffic jams. Also, the Ukrainian armed forces consolidated their positions on the left bank of the Dnipro River in the Kherson region. And this is just 83 kilometers to the northern border of Crimea. In addition, in the south, the Ukrainian defenders entered the first line of defense of the occupiers. And actually now, there are battles for breaking through the first line of invaders' defense. The invaders are actively using elite resources from the second line of defense: paratroopers, marines, and special forces. As mentioned before, the Ukrainian offensive is slowed down by a large number of minefields as well as a lack of air power. If Ukraine receives cluster rocket munitions for HIMARS, the war could end. And this is the words of Ukrainian Armed Forces advisor Dan Rice. In Germany, tens of thousands of such shells are awaiting disposal, while they will allow the Ukrainian soldiers to strike Russian artillery and clear mined areas, as those shells have a range of up to 45 kilometers. The United States of America has officially confirmed the delivery of the first batch of Abrams tanks to Ukraine. 31 tanks, together with the entire logistic chain, will be delivered by the beginning of autumn. Also, the USA allocated a new military aid package worth $200 million. It includes ammunition for anti-aircraft defense, artillery, anti-tank weapons, demining equipment, etc. So, there are some positions like missiles for Patriot and HIMARS, artillery shells of 105 and 155 mm caliber, 120 mm caliber tank shells, Javelin and TOW anti-tank missile systems, and others. In addition, as Reuters source notes, the United States approved the transfer of F-16 fighter jets to Ukraine from Denmark and the Netherlands, as soon as the Ukrainian pilots complete their training. But, however, according to the Washington Post, complications the task is the fact that the first group of 6 Ukrainian pilots won't complete training on United States F-16 jets until next summer. The second group, of approximately the same size, will be ready in another 6 months or around the end of next year, 2024. What exactly is the reason for such a delay in training? I really can't say yet, but our pilots can learn quickly. Also, almost 1,000 Marines are returning from landing exercises in Great Britain, and this month France finished the training of Ukrainian defenders under the program 2023, and there we're talking about 6,000 soldiers. Also, to date, several domestic state factories have started production of FPV drones. And now, Ukrainian Ministry of Strategy and Industry works for the maintenance and development of the Ukrainian drone market. The night from August 15 to August 16 was terrible. Russian busters fired missiles at the whole of Ukraine. An industrial enterprise was hit in Lutsk city. A sport facility was hit in Dnipro city. And in Lviv, those animals destroyed the children's playground. And unfortunately, of course, they are wounded and killed civilians. I would like to remind you that drones flying on the territory of Russia don't attack civilian objects, but only military ones, or those connected to the ministers of the Russian Terrorist Federation. For example, the optical and mechanical plant, which exploded in the Moscow region, was involved in the development of a new generation stealth bomber. But regardless of such certain success, the terrorist state Russian Federation finds partners. In addition to Iran, that helps to build kamikaze drones, Russia is already using ammunition made in North Korea. The researchers of Ukraine Weapons Tracker discovered from the photos on the network, despite the erased marking, that the Russian armed forces for the anti-aircraft missile system that calls Grad already use missiles manufactured by North Korea. On August, Ukraine will celebrate its birthday, the Independence Day of Ukraine. Therefore, the main Directorate of Intelligence of Ukraine warned us that Russia may launch missiles over Ukraine on Independence Day. And it can be a day early or later, or it will last several days in several waves. Who knows, those terrorists. Also for today, there is information that Russia mobilized about 20,000 people per month. And although the war will not end this year, advisor of the head of the Office of the President of Ukraine, Podolyak, voiced 3 problems that hinder the acceleration of the finalization of the war. The first one: circumvention of sanctions and production of missiles in Russia. And the solution is the next one: either officially changing the status of Russia to the terrorist state, or tough secondary sanctions against private intermediaries. The second problem is supply of weapons to Ukraine. And the solution is the next one: mathematical analysis of the volume of Russia's defense systems, storage and logistics capabilities. Then, transfer of optimal volumes of long-range missiles, projectiles, the mining system, frontline anti-missile system to Ukraine in accordance with needs. And the last, third point: isolation of the highest leadership of Russia, which will sharply reduce the opportunities for diplomatic maneuvers and will be a signal for neutral countries. And there is the next solution: refusal of all direct communications, warrants from all jurisdictions for arrest for complicity in the commission of crimes. And if we will solve this problem, we will be a little closer to the end of the war. Well, that was the last for today. And as our Ukrainian poet and artist Taras Shevchenko bequests to us, fight and you will win. So glory to Ukraine, to our defenders and our partners. Thank you for staying with us and for your support. Слава Україні! Героям слава!